Well, my computer died, and I was trying to my computer died. So it's kind of like one of those days. And I still need to put some makeup on my face, into my hair, pretty quick. And I do want to go back to the person who worked for Manson for many years and use him left and right, and also crash his car. If you guys remember who Ashley Walters is, Ashley was the assistant that was there when all the other women were getting abused, and she didn't say nothing, supposedly. No, I don't think she did because it didn't happen. But anyway, um, she not only accused him of a lot of things that go beyond the sexual advantages of harassment. She said that he was pimping her to other men. I'm going to read this whole file and it's going to take me a little bit, but at least I'm going to do half of it. But the funny thing, it's not funny, but the thing with Ashley Walters that is crazy is that she is best friends with Esme Bianco. Okay. And there's plenty of posts on Instagram of Ashley and Esme tagging Marilyn Manson on a Manson concert, and Ashley and Esme going to Tria Ramirez's wedding in 2014. There's just like so much just contradictions, and so like it's ridiculous. But besides, she filed on him, and there's no court date, there's no court hearing date. I hate when people go like, he's going to court, he's being accused. He's only being accused, and it's still a civil suit, not a crime, not a criminal suit. So it's not Superior Court. It will be court in California if it ever happens. It seems like these women were filing, and nothing is coming from it. The only thing that came from it is the lady who filed against him about this spit situation. But when it comes to this, the abuse and the sexual coercion and the sexual abuse and the unpaid labor and the human trafficking and all that, it seems like all filing, and they've been filing since March. And I know there's COVID and there's a lot of things that restricted. The courthouses are restricted. People are behind on their cases. Like if you want to file something right now, any type of filing, you will not see it in court until November. It's crazy. Everything is behind. At the same time, this person, and these are famous actresses, so you will think this will have a little bit of push, but it doesn't, because for the law, you are just a regular Joe and a regular Mary, just like all of us. They're not going to treat these women any different, but also they're not going to treat him any different. So we could just go with signs, like what happened with Britney and all those people fighting and doing groups and blogs and to support her. And the judge is doing, no matter what, the judge is doing whatever she wants. Because what we think at the end of the day is not going to matter inside a courthouse. So they're going to treat people. That's what I really think. Is all they're doing is filing just to scare him. Anybody can file. I always said you can go right now and file anything. You can say your landlord was disturbing you. You can say that you got burned by a coffee that you got at Starbucks. You can file a restraining order against Starbucks. You can file a claim. You can go on Monday and file it. It doesn't mean there's a court date. It doesn't mean there's a hearing. It doesn't mean that he's guilty. It doesn't mean that he's even half guilty. It just means that it's filed. And that's kind of why I mean, as much as I hate that this is happening to the guy, and it's happening to other men out there, I am not going to kind of freak out unless I see a court date. When I see a court date, then I'm going to be like, oh, shoot, now maybe we got nothing to worry about, or maybe we do. But until then, it's just files. Anybody can file. You don't even have to have a lawyer in order to file. You go to the courthouse and you ask for it for free help. They're not going to give you a lawyer. They give you a paralegal. A paralegal will help you file your documents. You can file against anybody. It's really easy, and maybe it shouldn't be, but it is. And so I want to go back and read about Ashley Walters because I already done Esme Bianco, my last 2 videos. And weirdly enough, I read the whole 27 items of Esme Bianco's file. And then a week after that, Manson came out with his lawyer saying this, which I think was cool. And it's the first response that we ever get from him if we don't count the Instagram in February 2nd when he posted that Instagram. How you want to call it? It wasn't even a rant. It was just a little, it's whatever he could do at that point. Because they talk about conspiracy. They talk about these women sitting around and shopping for news and shopping for scandals and gossiping, which is pretty much what I've been saying they've been doing. Okay, Billie Eilish. Why this Billie Eilish is popping out of nowhere all the time? I guess it's lagging. Yeah. Connections is unstable, so it's going to lag. I hate that. Yeah. Since I'm not connected anymore, maybe my phone is not. Is my phone connected to the internet? Is my hotspot on? Is my phone on? Everything is cool. Oh, wait. I don't have this. The settings are still there. Still working. Still going, huh? It is going. Yeah, so he said, him and his team said that this seems like a hit job from the Me Too movement, and it really seems like this is we call it. I'm not trying to insult witches at all, but I have to come up with that with a name like that because I think it describes the hysteria and that type of witch hunt that they're funny enough they're doing to him. That's very strange, isn't it? Okay, so I wanted to read Ashley Walters' case. I have it here. I just don't know why. The thing of Marilyn Manson is not popping now. His defense. I already made a YouTube a video about it about a week ago when it happened. I was so excited to read a little bit of his side of the story, which I don't think that he's gonna give away too much, and I think that's very smart because anything that he give away, they're gonna be like, oh well, yeah, but when he did this, or maybe he didn't do this way, but then he did this, so it's good. What's happening is that, oh yeah, July 29th, of course, 2021 lawsuit to dismiss. So it's not even going to the court and say, well, this doesn't happen. This didn't happen at all ever with this woman. And get the judge to dismiss, then we don't even have to worry about her. And if she goes down, they're going to go down. Because like I said in my last video, they make the big mistake show up in TV shows and stuff all related to each other and all supporting each other. And that was a mistake. That really was. Because that's going to only shoot them in the butt. When they found out that one lies, then all of them are going to look like liars. So maybe just like the whole grouping up thing is not very good. It's not a very good look, I'll say. The computer's charging. Okay, cool. All right. So Marilyn Manson legal team filed a motion Wednesday seeking to dismiss. I'm getting ready right now. Don't judge me. To dismiss the sexual abuse lawsuit against the singer by Game of Thrones actress Esme Bianco. They could not say anything but Game of Thrones because she literally has not done anything else. I mean, Game of Thrones is awesome, but what else she has done? Anyway, so feel free. Okay, dismiss it. I think dismiss is the best thing that he can go for right now. Instead of look stupid, instead of him making himself look innocent, make them look dumb. I think that's a good tactic. And I'm not a lawyer, but I think that's pretty much what his team is trying to do, make them look like liars. Okay, so it says, oh, is my connection still? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm going to be getting ready at the same time. I'm going to try not to. July 29th, he filed a motion to dismiss Esme's filing. It's great. He filed a motion to dismiss her file. Big happen to you, Ashley. There is not even a court date. There isn't. Files. Everybody can file anybody. It's freedom is, freedom. Anyway, the alleged several women comported. Okay. So, Mason's attorney words were just like this quote. Okay. These individuals, including plaintiff, which is Esme, has spent months plotting, workshopping, fine-tuning their stories to turn what were consensual friendships and relationships with Warner from more than a decade ago into twisted tales that bear no resemblance to reality. The motion claim, without a shred of evidence to support their claims, plaintiff, which is Esme, and her co-conspirators are desperately trying to confide the imagery of an artist of Warner Shock's rock stage persona and take advantage of that. Manson with fabricated accounts of abuse. Ironically, the motion also claims that Esme abuse allegations against Warner lapse under the former statute of limitations period that has been expended by Phoenix Act, which has been passed thanks to lobbying. The people did it to the bill California. Essentially, Warner motion states that the Phoenix Act does not apply to this alleged abuse of Bianco. As Bianco previously told Rolling Stones in a statement, millions of survivors like myself are painfully aware our legal system is far from perfect. Our legal system. Now, what she's talking about, the legal system in the UK, the legal system here. I love how she just like takes it all. Like she is, I'm the one. She's not from here, whatever. It doesn't matter where she's from, but just saying our legal system, this is our legal system, our survivors, our women. It's just who the hell put her out there to be when she says our legal system, what she's talking about, the system here, the system over there. Anyway, what they didn't, both ways. Men and women, which is a bunch of BS, we know. One emotional loss, the single, there's a second one. It's the second one that we don't have to read. It's not out. Okay. What? Okay. Lawsuit. Okay. This included serving and preparing food. Well, we know this. Okay. So they're pretty much being called up for the bullshit. I'm going to read it again. Individuals, including plaintiff, have spent months plotting, workshopping, I love that word, workshopping and fine-tuning their stories to turn consensual friendships and relationships with Warner from more than a decade ago into twisted tales that bear no resemblance to reality. And this is not Manson's really saying this is his lawyer, but it's all the same thing, and they communicate, and then the attorney is going to come out and say his words. He's not going to come out with these things. He's going to do it this way because it's the way he did it. But these are his words. And I love that they're calling it a conspiracy, and I love that they're saying the twisted tales has been said before, but the fact that the lawyers, this was months plotting, workshopping, and fine-tuning their stories is really telling that he made it. I love it. It's like I hate lawyers in everyday daily life when I have to deal with them, but I just love how sometimes it's like in 2 sentences they can go boom and destroy the other person, like the case with Britney Spears and her dad. Sometimes her lawyer, all he has to do is just put 2 sentences together, and it's like, oh my God, it's just already a case. They have the tools to do that. A lot of us can't. I can't. I can just sit and rant and vent and journal and write a freaking book if I want to, but I cannot have the skill of putting two sentences together and just pretty much closing a case. It's amazing. It's a skill. That's why they get paid a lot of money, because it's a freaking skill. So yeah, that's what they say about. That's what he says. Manson and attorney Manson, it's the same thing. Attorney is only the one that is coming out, but those are his words, and that's what's really going on. While I've been saying it, what the people on YouTube have been saying that is going on. It keeps giving me this unstable, what you call it, connection, unstable, and then it goes in and out. From my view, and it's okay, but I don't know if I'm glitchy in any way besides just the normal appearance. Is it glitchy? Well, if I don't know, I'm just gonna keep going. And if it's glitchy, then I will know later when I watch it. It's gonna be a mess, and then I'll make another one. I like doing lives better because it's more, I mean, I don't know. It looks better actually if I don't have to turn on all the lights, if I use just the camera from my computer. And I like how some of my friends can pop in and add something and then we can just chat. But I guess everybody is busy because they have live on Sunday. And I do too, but kind of my social life starts on Monday, not on the weekends. So it's kind of upside down from everybody else, which is all right. What are you going to do? Okay, so I'm gonna start reading. As much as I want to, it's kind of want to. I mean, I'm cool with it. I just don't. Yeah, I do it anyway. I did it already with Esme, and I'm doing it now with Ashley. The problem is if I cannot really see myself when I do this, because I'm uploading the document so big so I can read it, because the letters from when you file something in court, they make it so tiny to read. It's almost like they don't want it or something like that. And I'm not being paranoid. I'm saying even when I file stuff, I'm like, can you use bigger letters or a better font or make it bold or something so it can be for people like me like anybody normal out there, the non-lawyers, we can actually look at it without burning my eyes. So if I put it at 250, I'm just changing the size of it. So let's see if I can read it. One is on this side. Oh, maybe so I put it upside down. Okay, no, I'm just trying to change the view of it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know. You just have to minimize this window, which I really don't want to. Make it smaller and then make this one bigger because I have two things open. Why did they just make this horrible? The way they file things is so. I feel like they have any courthouse. It doesn't be a super famous person. It still just looks so awful. How are people supposed to understand what you're being accused of? Anyway, okay, I got it, and I'm going to. Oh yeah. And what I was going to say is, on this file, also, she talks about being trapped in the parking lot and all that, and couldn't move. Or calls Manson said, I thought it was BS. And also, when she got the car out, and she was using Manson's car, which is a very expensive car. He doesn't drive, but he got cars. Just because you don't drive doesn't mean that you cannot own a car. And she would see his car, and it was okay. Well, she's the assistant, so I guess maybe that's normal. And who picked her up from all people? She went and picked up Esme Bianco. They got drunk and talking and bonding and do the trauma bonding that they do, and end up they didn't get booked. I have it right here. They just trashed the freaking car. The Jaguar. Yeah, and I think that's why they didn't go to the police office, the police station, because they were hammered. That's my theory, at least. So I'm gonna do this. I'm not trying to copy anybody. that does the makeup at the same time that they do a video, but I'm gonna do that because I can't stand my face right now. It's completely clear. Okay. So I am not gonna say Brian Warner. I'm gonna say Mason, and I'm gonna say Ashley, not Miss Walters, because it's super annoying to do it like that. So I don't know why she filed in New York, but okay, she filed in New York. Plaintiff Marilyn Manson, defendant Marilyn Manson, plaintiff Ashley Walters. Complaint for damages. This is the first page, okay? Complaint for damages: sex discrimination in violation of California Civil Code, sexual harassment in violation of California Civil Code, sexual assault in violation of California Civil Code, interference with the exercise of civil rights. Okay, this has something to do with when he was not letting her work, and he was just going like, well, you have to work for me 24/7, and oh my God, she never say no to that and whatever. So he was stopping her from exercising her rights to work, I guess, for somebody else, which I think is BS, because obviously she wanted to work for him. She's been saying many times that she was so excited that he called her up and offered her the job. But then she's saying in the same filing that he stopped her from working with anybody else. So interference with the exercise of civil rights in violation, California, okay. Sexual battery in violation of California Civil Code. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. That is just doesn't even need an explanation. And then she's asking for jury trial demanded. That's when I get like kind of ish about it, because I don't know how that will go. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the beginning. Oh my God, this is so long. Okay, I'm just gonna say Ashley and Manson. I hate saying Mr. Warner and Mrs. Walters. Just I have a therapist. Her name was Laura Waters, so I keep saying Ashley Waters instead of Ashley Walters, but it's Walters. And this is the lady. Let's just like go back. This is the lady who was the assistant while he was allegedly abusing all these other women. There happened to be friends for some reason. Okay. Do my makeup at the same time. So I'm sorry. So defendant Brian Warner. Okay, here we go. I just said it. Marilyn Manson. Abuse his position of power, celebrity, and connections to exploit and victimize Lord Ashley, an aspiring photographer. At that time, she was a photographer. At the time, I don't know where she is now. At the time, they're doing this, so it's more dramatic. You know, like he stopped her from pursuing her dreams because he traumatized her so bad. Compliments and promises of artistic collaborations and creative opportunities for Ashley. However, the reality was, that he was looking for he was blaming another environment where Ashley was subjected to personal and professional sexual exploitation. Personal and professional sexual exploitation. I think they meant to say, well, in this filing later, she said that he was kind of pimping her out and giving her away to all the guys there in the apartment while they're making music videos and stuff. So I guess the sexual exploitation comes with him doing that, allegedly. I don't think he did it, but allegedly, okay? Defendant, he scheme again. He's a pimp, he's a schemer. The scheme started for discovering Ashley's social media, set for, I'm just gonna skip the details of social media, how he got a hold of her and told her that he really liked pictures. I don't even know if that's true. I don't even know like what. Anyway, I thought she was an inspired photographer, not a photographer. Not trying to hate on photographers, but I'm saying like you gotta have some work out there in order for somebody like Manson or anybody to go like, ooh, I like your pictures. Like, where are her pictures? This is like the pictures she takes on Instagram of herself in a jacuzzi, or the picture she takes on Esme's birthday. I don't know if those are considered professional pictures or what, but and be sarcastic. Of course, they're not. They're not. Well, they're pretty much saying that he abused his position of fame and power. Okay, so she couldn't say no to him, I guess, right? We know how that goes. I mean, you and I probably would have, even if we didn't say no to his face, maybe we'll have say no to somebody else, and then the word will come out somehow. No, but this girl didn't do a damn thing. Many of these hurtful experiences have been revealed through lawsuits and media stories. Instagram and Twitter is now called a media story, like Donald Trump. Okay, I don't want to get too political, but when Donald Trump will post something ridiculous at 2 a.m. on Twitter, that doesn't make it a media story. That just makes it a post. So now they're calling this media stories, and it's not really media stories. The only one that is a media story is Ashley Morgan, when she went, bad mistake, to the TV show The View and talked to them. It's a talk show. It's a fucking talk show, and talk to them on camera. That is a media story. But otherwise, everything else is like Instagram, Twitter. Those are not media stories. Describing Manson's systematic pattern of abuse toward women. And in fact, just courageous enough ladies to come forward. Warner, Manson, gosh, I hate to do that. Manson is the subject of an ongoing criminal investigation on his abusive behavior towards women. I don't know if this is true. I know you're not supposed to lie, but they keep making it sound like he's being investigated. This puts the public, not me, paints him in a really bad light. Like, he's been investigated. We don't have proof that he's been investigated. We also don't have proof that he's not been investigated. So that's why this case is so annoying, because there's nothing really to go to grasp from. Like, there's nothing. There's just accusations. And then the only one thing we have is him and his lawyer about 2 weeks ago saying, well, not only he didn't do it, but these ladies were scheming. That's the only thing we have. We don't have a lot more. Okay, venue or not, that they're saying the address where they live. We know that. Probably file in the court. Defendants are citizens of California. Okay, yes. Okay. Parties, but not sure. What is the person who will prevent defendant action? She is. It's taking too long. I have downloaded this. Has been of relevant times a citizen of the United States. We don't even have to put this on in there. 9, 10, 11 items. Okay, they're talking about who is who. Yeah, we know who is him, her is her. A statement of facts. Okay, item 12. Manson, 52 years old, began his career as a musician around 1989. Oh my God, I'm not going to read that. We all know that. They're even saying Manson has gained popular fame and notoriety over the years as a result of this controversial image. They have to put that there, even if it's true. But why would you just say it? Persona and alter ego, Marilyn Manson, created by adopting the first name of Marilyn Monroe, suffering from the infamous serial killer and cult leader Charles Manson. You are assuming right there that it's a persona, are you? Dummies. You're saying right there it's a persona. So you should treat it like it's a persona, not like it's like a real person doing this. It's just a persona. It's just a character. It's just a character, isn't it? Gosh, well, they will put that there. That's kind of like it backfires a little bit. They're trying to make him look like he is this horrible thing, not just a shock artist. And right here on the beginning of the filing, it says that he is a shock artist. So, okay, I don't know how that's going to work for them. And then when he founded the band, what do we need all that? Oh, gosh. Of course, I'm looking at it 100 times, but I can't just do it fast enough. I have to just because it's a long document. It's about 27 pages. So I'm skipping to like the stuff, the good stuff. It's actually sad to say the good stuff, but the stuff. Oh, also, I would love to see these messages and these emails from Manson saying, I love your pictures. And her saying, thank you. And Manson saying, hey, you want to hang out? And her being all excited about it. Like, I want to see those messages. That will crack me up. And I'm sure somebody has them out. You know? I don't know. That's going to be plenty of, that's going to be the best evidence. And it doesn't even take a lot to get that type of evidence because it's just on the phone. And even if they delete messages, trust me, they can find it shows so much excitement that she's gonna be like, okay, yeah, I'm staying, and you can stay on my house and you can park here. And she's gonna say, no worry, it's okay if I don't leave until 7 a.m. I'm okay with it. I think that's exactly what it went down. I don't think that she was like, I need to leave. I think that she just fell asleep because she was hammered, and then she left at 7 a.m. I don't think he was torturing her all night. My opinion, okay? Mine. Just mine. Complaint for damages. Okay, March 2010. The dates are just all over the place because I know that people on Instagram have been talking. They have been talking to Lindsay Warner, which is Manson's wife, of course, and she said to them that those months and that year she was with him. So I know this lady Ashley is only saying that she was an assistant, not a girlfriend, but still, it's very strange that Manson would be doing all this and with his fiancée, right, back then, like at the same time. Ashley, inspired and professional photographer, was thrilled. Oh, God, I gotta stop making fun of it. It's funny. Thrilled as someone in the creative and entertainment field, like Manson, recognize and admire her photography. What the hell? Who is she? How did he got like to the point of anyway? Oh my God! Through the next month, Manson continued to frequently call. This is what I wanted to see. Call and text message Ashley. He suggested they collaborate and feature artistic endeavors together, which Ashley was excited to discuss with him. In May 2010, so March to May, okay, so they were texting for a couple months. That's normal. I believe that. In May 2010, Manson asked Ashley to come to the home studio in West Hollywood. We know the place, right? To discuss potential creative collaborations. And she agreed. When Ashley arrived, she was instructed to, this is BS. She was instructed to park her car in the business lot behind Manson's residence. She did not know at the time that the parking was locked from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. Again, I said this in all the videos. This is completely normal. It's completely normal. Okay. It's not some type of Machiavellic scheme from him. This is normal. Then a parking would not be open until 7 a.m. the next day, especially in LA. It is normal. So I don't think any bad of that. But of course, they're going to use that against him. As Ashley entered the residence, she was disorientated. They're using that on purpose again. Like dizzy, she was really dizzy by the almost total darkness, despite of it still being light outside. Walters and Manson began looking through the books, paintings, and journals, and Walters was excited to be discussing artwork with an artist that she really admired. Yes, okay, exactly. As the day turned into night, the day turned into night. The way this is the narrative of this fighting. I don't know. It's so. I mean, they all, in my opinion, they all BS and they all dramatic. But this one is in a way, like it's just written in a way that it makes her look like a little fragile little flower, and he's a big bad wolf in a way. And this is the only court filing that it has the whole Marilyn Monroe, and Charles Manson thing on it. Why even saying that? We know that. I mean, why even saying that? If you're saying that, is because there's a reason. Lawyers don't just say things out of their butt for no reason, like I do. They don't. They don't. So their reasoning might just be to make him look bad, but I think it's gonna backfire on them, because them talking about him as a persona is gonna be okay. Well, then he didn't do any of this. It's just his persona acting like a weirdo. But this girl's took it out of proportions. That's what I think is going to happen. Okay, so they're discussing in their journalists and the thing, and they're taking pictures, and they're not taking pictures yet. They are looking at art books and paintings and why not, and things on the internet, and just usually just art, fartsy stuff, right? Okay. So they turn to night. Okay, she agreed as a friend and continued taking photographs. He asked Ashley to remove her shirt. They were taking pictures of each other, right? Because that's kind of what you do, I guess. If you just hang out at his house. Ashley, an artist herself, was not opposed to provocative, in theory, provocative, erotic, sexy pictures. But the way in which Manson insisted caused her to pause. Eventually, Walters agreed to remove her shirt, but not her bra. Okay, I don't see nothing bad against. I don't see anything that is bad on this whole thing. I mean, I think these things, they do happen when people get together and they take pictures of each other and make some weird shit. I don't know, it happens. Just making it sound really, really dirty when I don't think it is. After the defendant finished taking photographs of Walters, he pushed her. Okay, here we go. He pushed her onto his bed and pinned down her arms. Walter turned her head away as the defendant tried to kiss her on the lips. Okay, so she's like this. Right. She quickly moved away from the defendant. So she like this, and then she went the other way. She moved away from him. Yeah, you will think, Ashley is like those people in the horror movies and scary movies that instead of just like taking off to the door, she just like goes upstairs and gets more in trouble. Seems like Ashley is Ashley's a good actor in a movie like that. So instead of getting the head out, or just getting a phone, or just trying to diffuse the situation, is pretty what I would have done. If you think leaving is too scary, diffuse the situation somehow. No, she didn't. She just stayed there, right? Because remember, she was excited to work with him. I think that's kind of how the whole thing laid stress on that. Mother again moved away from the friend and realizing it was not after 7. Okay, so after this, she realizes after 7, and she was able to leave. So she didn't leave because she was scared of the whole pinning down the bed and trying to kiss her. She just left because it was after 7. Supposedly. Immediately after Ashley left, Manson bombarded her with text messages praising her and telling her how much he loved their conversation and looked forward to working with her. Walters left the defendant residence after the first meeting, feeling confusion, fear, but also excitement about their creative connections and similar artistic interests. She felt lucky. The defendant recognized her talent and looked forward to working with him greatly, and just work with him, right? She unconsciously, okay, this is the way they're doing this, is to put something in your head, in our heads. So they're using the word unconsciously because they're unconsciously trying to put something in your head unconsciously. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my head when I say it. Okay. She unconsciously made the decision to focus on their shared interests and ignore the traumatizing experience of being pinned on his bed. No. She consciously made that decision. Not unconsciously, but they're just doing this so just to confuse us, the judge, or whoever the hell is going to be reading this. Following the photo shoot, Mason continued to communicate with Ashley about art, work, and other opportunities of travel. Perhaps the conversation remained professional and appropriate. Not bad. Now, we're not bad yet, right? As a result, I actually believe that the two were on the brink of potentially forging a professional relationship, and the defendant will respect her professional boundaries moving forward because he supposedly did not respect her before, which he pinned her on the bed. But she thought, after she'd been through the nightmare of being pinned to his bed and her trying to kiss her and bite her ear, and she couldn't leave because her vehicle was stuck in there until 7 a.m. After all that, she chose to work for him and with him and for him, right? Because she said, well, he's acting like a nice guy right now. We're just going to move forward. And she focused on the good and not on the bad. That's what they're trying to say. Which sometimes in life that does happen. When somebody hurt us or physically or even emotionally or verbally, but we're like, yeah, man, this person is an asshole. But I want to work with her or with him, so I'm going to deal with it. This is what they're trying to say that Ashley did. That she focused on the good and just ignored the fact that he bit her ear in the bed. She ignored that supposedly because she wanted to work with him so bad. Like he's the only person in California, the only artist that she can work with. So they come back, right, to work together like nothing happened. Boom, boom, boom. Sometimes after this photo shoot, defendant asked Walter to his director of photography to perform as in a video shoot because they were trying cameras. I think what's going on is he was trying cameras probably for the I Want to Kill You like they do in the movies film that he was trying to do with Esme Bianco. Esme and Ashley are really good friends, and this seems from 2010 to 2011 and a half that all these people were in the apartment at the same time somehow. It's a tiny apartment, but I don't know how they did it. Not even a house. Anyway, so he was trying cameras probably for the Esme movie, but they're not saying right here for what, but I imagine that probably is for that. So he was just telling her, stand right there, which is I'm trying some cameras, I'm trying some lighting, go here, move this way. This might sound creepy if you're not in the industry, if you don't know, you're not familiar with it, but it's really super normal to do this type of stuff. To say to somebody, well, look this way, walk this way, well, do this with your arms, whatever, because I want to see how the light hits. I don't think this is creepy. Really, I don't think so. So now it's when it gets bad, allegedly, right? During the shoot, defendant told Walters that he loved when girls look like they just have been R-A-P-E-D, the R word, I'm not going to say it. He said, I love the look of girls when they look like they were just being R and abused. This is what she said, okay? I don't think he said that. And if he said that, there's a completely different context to it. But this is what she's saying on her court filing. So he told her to wear a Nazi. He told her, show her a Nazi jacket and told her to wear it. Well, at the end of the day, you chose to put the Nazi jacket on you, which I really think is just a leather jacket that is a little bit vintagey, and it might just look like a Nazi jacket because it has a very fitted style, but it's probably not a Nazi jacket because I don't know how Men's has like all this resources to buy all this Nazi memorabilia and clothes and stuff. But let's pretend it was a Nazi jacket. Okay, so he's doing this to humiliate her and to have something on her, taking pictures of her wearing the Nazi jacket and smear makeup. It will make her look bad in the future. He wanted to, blackmail her like one does. Anyway, so, and then he told her to remove all her clothing except her underwear and put the Nazi jacket on her, get into the bed. An actor who was also part of the video shoot. I don't know who this person is, and this has been like a big mystery in my head. Because the only actor, I'm like literally scratching my head. The only actor that worked with, the only male, because he has plenty of videos with female actresses and female models, right? The only male actor that I remember from the music video for the song Say Satan, is Johnny Depp. So what are we trying to say here? I'm not, oh gosh, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm just saying, at that time, he made the music video with Johnny Depp. So if it's not Johnny Depp, then who is it? Is somebody who was just doing the same thing that Johnny Depp was doing? In Satan video, Johnny and Manson are in the bed, looking all raggedy, having fun with a couple girls, and it is what it is. It's just one of those Manson videos. To me, it's no big deal. To me, it's acting. They're acting. But she's not saying it's Johnny Depp, but who else he made a video with that is a male at that time? Maybe there is, and the videos never came out, because sometimes they put a single out and then the song doesn't really do good, so they don't make the video for the song. Maybe it's one of those things. But anyway, they went from like taking pictures of her all cute to him telling her, smear your makeup because I want you to look abused, wear this Nazi jacket, and then get into the bed with this guy. Actor, not him, but with an actor who was also part of the video shoot. I thought they were alone. I really thought they were alone. She made it sound in the beginning like they were completely alone. Anyways, it seems like there was another person there in the video shoot. Defendant then paint Ashley nipples red, while reiterating that it was purely professional, that this was purely professional. Again, it might sound creepy for other people, but how do I say this? Him doing stuff like that to her, that he would do probably to a guy too, if it's in order to achieve what he wants in a video. So yes, he could have said, hey, paint your own nipples, right? But he did it himself. I don't know. This is what she's saying. Might just be kind of weird and like kind of like, ooh, like ish, but it's not a crime. You know what I mean? And I do think that she was participating in this video. This making it sound like an orgy. And this was a music video. And music videos, Manson music videos are weird and stuff goes down, and it's like, you don't have to research the guy. In the filing, they're saying that she admired him for so long and she knew his work and she admired him. So if she knew his work, then she knew about the Saint video, about the No Reflection videos, and how he just really, that's really dark, really cool. It's cool in my taste. I like it. But, it's a bit out there. And if she knew his career, as she said she did, then she would have known that he makes extreme music videos if the song calls for it. Also, he made so many silly videos. Nobody talks about the videos that he really looks like a goofball with like holding chickens, or the videos that he just looks like a character out of the Matrix walking around LA. And he doesn't always make dark, dirty videos. He makes all types of videos. But anyway, we're going to only talk about the bad ones here. So then he said to her to help the actor. Help, quote unquote. I think we know what that means. Pretty much, Manson said, touch him so he will get excited. There's no other way to say this stuff. My God. Anyway, instead, Walters attempted to defuse the situation. Well, finally, by making small talk while she hurried up and got dressed. While she attempted to leave the room, the actor, we don't know who this guy is. I will know who this guy is, threw her against the wall and roughly shoved his tongue into her mouth. Okay. So why we're not suing the actor as well? Because he seems like a piece of work. If we're going to believe what Ashley's saying, I don't, but let's pretend we believe it, then she needs to be suing that actor as well. And whoever that happened to be, hopefully it's not the person that I was mentioning before. But so now she is in this apartment with Manson and with this other male attacking her. She feels attacked. She still doesn't leave. She's still not leaving. She doesn't get her phone and call anybody. She has a car. There's a police station less than a mile away. There's a gas station in the corner. Because we all mapped that whole place. I mean, it's not like she was in the middle of nowhere in the desert and then it's like, oh shoot, like I had nowhere to go. I'm gonna have to deal with this guy because there's no escape. It was Hollywood and there's a lot of stuff around, but it seems like she didn't try to go anywhere. And she's not suing this actor, whoever he's happened to be, because it sounds like the actor was kind of out of line. If he did this to her, which is it Manson's fault if the actor tried to kiss her? Is it really? Like, no, it's not. Really, it's not. It might just be a bad situation. They might, this guy should have known better than try to kiss my assistant. But it's really not his fault, technically. If we're going for the technical stuff, not the dramatic, like, Lifetime movie crap. So then Manson praised her for being so amazing during the shoot. Earlier in that he liked that the actor was attracted to her. So Manson was saying that he liked that it looked real, that it looked like the actor was attracted to her. So he praised her for it. He said, good job. Awesome job, Ashley. You go, girl. I'm sorry, I cracked myself up. Sorry. I can't take this serious. God, that's disgusting. Yeah. Cherry Gatorade, just like the promises of it were good, but it tastes like ass or whatever ass tastes like. I wouldn't know. Anyway, so Walter's again both pleased. She's pleased with the compliments. So again, she just got it. So okay, if we're gonna believe her, she got attacked twice. First, when he pinned her to the bed, tried to kiss her and bite her ear. First attack. And then the second time when they were making the video and Manson was not doing anything to her, but the actor, which happens to be Manson's friend or something, was attacking her. So she got already two awkward bad situations going on in that house, in that apartment. But she still went back because she wanted to work with him so bad. Like he's the only person that she can work with in the whole town. My God, there's so many people that she can. Anyway, so he praised her, and then she was, oh my God, I'm pleased with this, but I'm also scared, blah, blah, blah. Was proud of her and incredibly traumatized by what occurred. The line between artistic expression and flat-out abuse felt confusing and blurry. Oh gosh, it's like they're writing a novel, these attorneys, really. Plaintiff later learned the defendant was bragging to the actor that he will get her if he wanted to, kind of like pimping her out. Like, you want her, you can have her. This is her words that she says that he said to this actor with no name. Hey, you want her, you can have her. This is a she said, he said situation again, over and over. During the weeks that followed the video shoot, the defendant continued to tell Walters how much he loved her work. What is the work? What is this work that he's talking about that he loves so much of her? The video work that they just did, the fact that she was being friendly with the actor, her photography, like what is it that he loves so much? I mean, she is literally like, look her up. You know, it's not like Evan or Esme, they were just people that have names in a career before they hook up with him. Who the hell is this girl that he loves her work so much? He cannot stop looking to it and texting her about it. I don't know. That just sounds so sci-fi to me. So she was, again, traumatized, scared, but pleased and happy because he said he gave her some compliments. I mean, this woman was at least 27 years old when this happened. And it's like, that is like a little girl's mentality. Like, okay, well, this is bad, but the bad people in school are being really mean to me. But at the same time, I want to sit on the table with the popular kids. So I'm going to let the bully me because I want to hang out with the popular kids. Yeah, you think like that when you are 10, not when you're 27. So this is supposed to be Ashley's mentality. She was like, I'm traumatized. I don't want to go back. This guy is pimping me out, but I want to go back because I want to work with him and I want the connections and I want the money. So it's really strange. It's like you don't think like that when you are that old. You just don't. Like I said, it's like high school when you deal with the mean people because you want to be sitting on the table with the cool people. So this is kind of what it reminds me of. High school. She is pretty high school at this point, and I don't know why he keeps admiring her work. What her work is, if there's any attachments to this, that we will know in the future, I guess. At this point, she's going back and forth between not wanting to work with him because he's abusing her or trying to pimp her out, and to actually work with him because he's amazing. So then he said that she could be officially his personal assistant, right? The defendant informed Walters that although she will officially be the personal assistant, she will focus on his art projects. The defendant glorified Ashley's role, telling her that she will travel internationally with him and take over the world with their art. I don't see Marilyn Manson saying that. You travel with me and we will take over the world with our art. I mean, it's really like, I don't see him saying that, but maybe this is what she thought that he said. I'm giving her cutting so much slack right now. I'm trying to be rational. It's really hard because this is ridiculous, but let's say that he says something of the sorts of like, I want you to be my right hand woman, my right hand person, and we're gonna take over the world with our projects, whatever. Maybe he said that. I don't think he said that, but this is what she said in here. However, after accepting the position of personal assistant, plaintiff was informed by the defendant, then manager, the defendant was difficult to please. Or the manager, so Tony told Ashley that Manson is very difficult to please, and most assistants had only last a few months. That might be true. And that might just be true, that it's kind of hard to deal with him and the assistants last few months. This is something you can say about a lot of celebrities. The assistants don't last. I don't think that makes him a monster. People don't last in jobs. I don't know. So they making this file in a way that they're trying so hard to put it in your head, and all of us head, that he is this horrible thing, that he cannot even keep an assistant because he's so hard to please. The assistants don't even stay working for him, and maybe they just don't stay because they don't stay. You don't even know those things are just people's businesses. People are going through stuff. Just because you quit a job, it don't mean that the boss is a monster. It means, in that moment you're like, oh yeah, I can't deal with this guy. He's a rock star, and I'm doing my own thing, and he wants too much attention, and maybe they quit. It still does not make it so bad, and doesn't make him an abuser because he had people quitting on him. But she accepted the job. Even after Tony, the manager, said this to her, even after the 3 accounts of Aquanis assault that allegedly she was suffering, she still accepted the job. Ashley, gosh. Walter was told at the start of the day that she would receive 1 month of severance pay if her employment with the defendant did not last longer than 1 year. Okay. So it was like pretty much nothing to lose because she would just still get paid. I believe that. I guess that's something that people do here. Although she did not technically live in the house, Walters was required to spend the vast majority of the time at Warner's residence, and her workday typically began around 5 p.m. and continued through the duration of the night. Remember when she was saying that she was there 24/7, and she saw Evan getting abused, and she saw Esme getting abused because she was always there? Well, technically, she was there from 5 p.m. to, let's say, 5 a.m. Yeah, it's 12 hours. I mean, yeah, it's a long work night, right? But if you consider that the most of the time she was just laying around looking at books, then I don't know. But if she was only there from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m., and probably only in the weekends, because I don't, in the weekdays, probably not much that she can do for him. How she saw all this stuff that she was seeing, all her girlfriends getting abused? How? She wasn't there all the time. I don't know. She just has like telepathy or whatever with all of them. The defendant maintained a peculiar and discernitory home and dark workplace. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is always pissing me off so much. It's always like the funniest part to read to me. The interior of the home was covered in graffiti, blood. How did they know that? How did she know it was blood? She knew it was blood. Like, whatever. Forensics. Let's call the forensics, because we don't need forensic investigation here to see if he actually had blood on the wall. We might think it's kind of gross to put graffiti on our wall, or blood, or just have some type of weird painting that we might not like. But again, it's his house. He can have whatever he wants, and he pays for the rent, and she was staying there for free. Again, I stay in very shady places back in the day. Questionable places and questionable people, but I was not paying rent. So I wouldn't dare to say, oh, the house is too dark, the house is too cold, there's like naked girls on the walls. You're not paying rent, and you're getting paid to hang out pretty much, and you're not paying the rent. And it's like, this is something that Esme was complaining about. The place was too cold and too dark, but she was there living there for free. So I don't know. How can you tell a person, I don't know. The whole temperature thing is like, oh my God, 65 degrees. 65 is not freezing. Anyway, he kept the place dark, unsettling. It was uncomfortable, right? Carpet was black. The walls were black. Black carpet is very normal to have a black carpet, by the way, but I don't know why she's making such a big deal. Black walls, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, I wouldn't do it, but it's kind of cool. I've seen black walls on people's before houses, and I never thought they were a bunch of abusers because they had dark walls, or somebody that you go to visit and they have black furniture. You know what I mean? And they all have black furniture. Will you think they are a monster because that? No, you will think, oh, this guy likes black. Or it looks good because it looks less dirty. It's just, it looks cool. In this Manson, what do you expect them to have? Like, what do you think is going to happen when you get there? It's going to be some type of like picnic, and everything is going to be pink. Yeah, weird. She's just weird. So this is when she gets so sci-fi and so out of control. The rooms were kept dark with a few dim lit lamps as the only source for light. As a result, Walters and other employees, have to use flashlights to find their way around the residence. I don't know if you've seen the X-Files. I know I'm old enough to watch the X-Files. I watch every season of the X-Files. And I can say it's probably one of my favorite shows of all times. And when she said about I gotta do this. When she said the thing about the flashlights, it totally reminds me of that TV show, the X-Files, or any TV show, even Law and Order, whatever. When you see the FBI people going into somebody's house, with the flashlights. So that's what Ashley was doing. She was just walking around with flashlights because the place was too dark. We can see in the dark. We can. If I turn everything off tonight, I can still see what I'm doing. It sounds so stupid to even talk about that. Like if you're saying somebody abused you so bad, are you gonna be talking about the AC or the wall, the color of the walls? If you really want people to focus on what he did to you, supposedly, allegedly, who cares if the walls were white or black? Who cares if you had to use a flashlight or the place was so bright? Who cares? If you were upset and scared to death because this guy in particular, make you feel so unsafe and it was a threat to your life, would you be talking about the color of the walls or how hot or how cold the place was? I think they're doing this because this is copy and paste from all the other allegations. And also they're trying to, they're wiggling, they're fishing it. They're really fishing here. They are trying to do, well, maybe the sexual allegation is not going to be true, but the emotional allegations are true because he kept us in the dark in this cold place. So maybe he didn't really are us sexually, but he kept the place so dark, and that made me stressed and gave me anxiety and depression. So now I'm in an emotional distressed state because of Manson. So this is something they're really trying to pull. If the sexual harassment and the sexual battery doesn't work, then they can say that he was messing with their minds and their emotions by having everything dark and cold. So that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. It's like if one thing doesn't work, the other one will. If the sexual abuse in the R word doesn't work, and sexual harassment is being now founded, then she can say that she felt emotionally abused and because of the dark and the cold and how awkward everything was, that it was giving her distress. So that's kind of why I think that they keep repeating over and over, because they don't know if sexual abuse is going to work for them or not. So they're putting all the things there. So you get to think, oh my God, this guy's a piece of work. Well, maybe he didn't beat her up. Maybe he didn't R her, but he kept the cold place. He kept the place so dark, and they got depression and trauma because of that. So they win. They win because they're accusing him of so many things. So even if the sexual battery, if the assault part doesn't go through, and the judge was like, sorry, no evidence, they can say, well, what about this? What about the emotional distress that I had every time I went there and I couldn't see and I couldn't do anything because I was starving and cold? So they can always like go back to that. And that's what I think that is the one thing that all the girls had in common. They were talking about how dark the place was and cold and the lack of food. I know it's crazy that I'm doing this at the same time, but I am. I'm very fast. And good, bam. Okay, now I have eyes. Sounds like I didn't have eyes before. Sorry about that. Anyhow, so what I'm trying to say is like it's like let's fish. Let's see what catches. One thing doesn't, maybe the other thing will. And feeling emotional distress or having a diagnosis like post-traumatic stress disorder or anxiety or panic attacks, just because somebody had the apartment cold or dark, is completely insane. I don't like using that word, but it's the mental gymnastics that you have to go through in order to get to that conclusion, to say, well, I'm sad and have anxiety, and it has to be because of Manson's apartment was cold and dark, and it messes with my head. I don't know. It's really so far-fetched, really. And none of these people had mental illnesses or mental disorders or mental issues before they started working with him. Of course they did. All of us do. So if there's anything this emotionally distressful about anything, they already came with their own agenda, and they already came with their own issues, just like all of us have. So why it has to be his fault, right? Damn. Always. It has to. All right. Okay. So I read a lot. Gosh. I'm going to cut there, and I'm going to do a next one with the second part of Ashley. This is good Ashley Walters. Okay. The person who was allegedly three times assaulted by him, and still went back and keep working with him, for him, and with him, because he said, we're going to take over the world with our art. It's okay if I bite your ear. It's okay if I pimp you out to my friends, my male friends, but hey, I like your pictures. And she kept going back because he said that to her. It's a complete, it's just twisted. It's twisted. So what I'm getting, and I'm getting that she's a liar, and they're all liars. And there might be some things that are true, like the place was cold. Maybe there was food, but there wasn't a lot of food. And sometimes there will be days that nobody opened a curtain. I don't know. It's his apartment and he's paying for the rent, or he bought it, or God knows. I don't know what he did. And again, when people stay for free in your house, you kind of have to accommodate. I don't know. I stay before. Let's say, oh my gosh, like when I just moved to LA, I was like 22 and stuff, and I was staying in some shady places, and it would not occur to me to complain. Not because I thought the person was going to beat me up or whatever. And a lot of those people were females. Females can be very messy. But because I didn't want to be ungrateful. And if this person is letting me stay over for free. I remember once, like, one lady has so many cats. I have a cat and I love cats. My cat is right there. But it was out of control. And she has so many cats, and she was a hoarder. She had like so many boxes and so many cats. And I was staying on her couch, but it wouldn't occur to me to say, well, this place has too many cats, and it's too cold, and there's too many boxes. You're not paying rent. Not only you're not paying rent, but also you're getting paid. You're getting paid to just go hang out with this person that you admire so much. So this is like one gigantic thing that I didn't think about it until now. Is that if she knew, so because Ashley Morgan says that she did not know who he was, which is BS, or that she knew the name Marilyn Manson, but she didn't know what he was about. Okay. Ashley Walters is saying that she knew him, she admired him, she was so happy when she had the opportunity to meet him because he inspired her. Well, if you knew him so much, and if you knew what he was about, then you knew that he's over the top. You knew that he always talks about his place being cold and dark. You can find at least 5 interviews right now that he talks about the AC and says that he likes it at 65 degrees, and that he says he only works from like midnight to 5 a.m. Or his best time to work is 3 a.m. and the place has to be cold and dark. He's been saying that in interviews for like 20 years. So if you knew him so much, you knew his deal and what he's about, why are you so surprised that the place is, they're black walls? I don't know. There's no secret that he likes that. And also the reason is not because he wants to be a goth or whatever, but he said before that because he wears a lot of makeup, and probably because of the drugs as well, he always wants to be in a cold environment. And also he likes Elvis. He's a big Elvis fan. And Manson read, and I also read the same thing about Elvis, that Elvis had the AC at 60 degrees, or from 60 to 65 degrees, because he didn't care if people were cold, because it's like if you go to Elvis' house, you gotta deal with that. And so this is kind of why he started doing it. And then probably it catches on because it was more comfortable. You live in LA, in California, it's hot as balls. So, excuse my language, but I live here. So for him to have the AC at 65, mine is a 69 right now. It's not that weird. Bring a little sweater. I don't know. If you knew him so much, if you know what he was about, if you knew his artistic persona, as you want to call it, persona, then you know that he is like that. He likes black. He said he doesn't like to sweat, and he likes to work at night because it's cold, and he likes his place to be in the cooler side. If anyway, whatever. I'm just going in circles. Okay, so that was item 15. gosh, 57. So I'm going to leave it at there at item 57. Till now, all I get from her is that, sorry, so fast, huh? All I get from her is that she knew exactly who she was. He inspired her. Then somehow they met. This whole idea of Manson texting or Facebooking a person that he never met before. And it's not like Sadita Bontis or Rose McGowan, the other people that have a name. No, it's some photographer in LA that some hipster, because she was hipster. I'm sorry, no hate, but has nothing in common with him. If you look at her, somehow he loved his photography. He loved her photography. He loved her art, and he starts sending her messages about that. I want you to come over because I love your art. And then when she came over, he allegedly assaulted her 3 times. One time he tried to bite her ear. Another time he pimped her out to his friend, another dude that was there. After all that, she came back to work for him because she said she did not want to miss such a good artistic opportunity. So no, I'm never. It's really hard for me to take her serious. Anything that she's saying from the parking lot being such a scheme that he told her park in there because he wanted her to be locked in. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that he pinned her to the bed. I don't believe that he pimped her to another guy. I believe if the guy there, the actor, was being inappropriate, that's on him. It's not on Manson, and she should have get the hell out of there and say something or suing the actor, but she's not. So it's everything his fault all the time, and for years, since 1997, everything has been his fault. This is a person who dealt with this before, not from women, but from like society, and everybody want him dead. He got death threats to his house and to his fiance's place, and they were saying the things they're just going to get him and put him on a cross and throw stones at him. I mean, it was really bad. So I'm not saying I'm not trying to say, well, he can just deal with it because this happened to him before, so deal with it. No, this should have never happened to anybody who is innocent. And to me, he's innocent until proven guilty. And I don't see evidence or much of anything that they can say besides words. And words, just go with the wind. You know what I mean? There's not much but words. Until I see the messages from them, Manson being creepy, maybe her being no, please no, and him being no, come over, something. I need to see something creepy in order to think that he's creepy. Otherwise, I'm thinking that, if anything, my theory is that he got taken advantage of. That's what I think. A lot of people don't think that, but I think that, if anything, he took, he gave this place, he opened his house to people, and to Ashley Morgan and Ashley Walters and Esme, not Evan, because she had her own, and offer them jobs and offer them, here's some paintings, here's some cameras, here, let's do this. Yeah, you can stay. And this is what they do to him. If anything, I feel like the emotional abuse is towards him. This is a very unpopular opinion, because a lot of people say, well, Manson is innocent, but he's still an asshole, he's a jerk. No, I don't think that he is so much of a jerk of more than the Joe next door. I mean, everybody has issues, and I don't think these women are so innocent as they pretend to be. I think if you live in LA, this one, and you're a photographer, any type of artistic thing, and you know what's up, that people are eccentric and strange and odd, and you're used to that, then you can't really expect to go and work for, you're not working for Tom Hanks, just for saying somebody, So I do think it's strange that she said that he inspired her, and she knew his art and his persona and his work, but then she's surprised by the fact that she has to work at night, which all of us, we see in interviews of Manson over and over and over and over and over that he says he only works at night. So either you didn't do your homework or you're lying, which I think is, she's lying. So I'm gonna leave it at item 57 right there, and then the rest is gonna be more of the gruesome stuff when he's trying to bite her and all that. I'm gonna try not to use words that I got in trouble before for using. And then at the end, I'm going to read what they want, what they're requesting. But it's pretty much cash, right? Damages. It's a fancy way to say the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to go, because now we're 20 minutes, and on the second part, I'm gonna make a second video reading the rest of it. I know it's tedious, and I know I'm interrupting a lot, but these people just enrage me, like all of them, for different reasons. I think Evan is probably the worst of the bunch because she started this whole thing, but at the same time, it's just all this. Just, there's so many contradictions to the story, and they're changing it up and down, and then they go and get photo shoots out of it, and then you see Esme Bianco getting in the cover of magazines, and you see Ashley Morgan getting in the cover of magazine and having interviews and daytime television. So when they say they only do this so all the people don't get hurt, they only do this because women don't deserve to be hurt and blah, 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 and to hold them accountable, and they don't want anything from it but just justice. I just don't believe it. I don't believe that. And there's another video that I played before, but I can find it, of Evan Richard Wood saying exactly what I've been saying, that you should not be doing. The worst advice you can give to a woman or to a man is to gossip, no matter what situation is. I mean, if something is bad at work, you want to be known by the person who gossips. You know, you want to be known by the person who just talks shit, without evidence. That's what you want. And it seems like Evan and Esme did just that with the Phoenix Act. It was just a big gossiping table. And that's why it's really cool that Manson and his attorney are coming out with the word conspiracy, because it's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. There's no way around it. There's no, well, this happened and then 6 months later, some other thing happened. And then, no, this is all between 2009 and 2011-ish. Like he just became this person. I don't believe it. He's 52. So, back then he was 41. I'm 44, and I'm not a completely different person than I was 10 years ago. My core values and my personality are still the same. We go through, but he's not. You cannot just change so much. You cannot be a good guy until you're 41 and then go like, well, guess what? I'm tired of being a good guy. Now I'm going to become a serial art or a killer or whatever. Just because I don't like life. So I'm just going to destroy everything in my path. I mean, but I was okay until I was 40. No, this is really, it's just really not, to me, it's not happening. I got my own thing saved. What the heck? Lily, come up. You can come up if you want to come up. Yes, I know. That's my cat. Well, but I'm not going to give you a treat every single minute. She's too cute. Spoiled brat. Yeah, I mean, the thing with tell everybody. If you know what's happening, tell everybody. I keep saying that is the worst advice that anybody ever. Just don't. Just go. You don't want to deal with the cops. Cops are scary. I don't think they are, but if you don't want to deal with the cops, just go somewhere, go to a social worker, go to a hospital, um, go to the social services down the street, remain anonymous, and say something. Don't just sit around gossiping about people at work, or people that you work for, like in this case, or people that you were engaged to. You either have to face it, or you either have to go tell somebody, tell the right person about it, not just gossip. It's exactly what they did. They gossip and they sit around and they fine tune, like Manson attorney said, fine tuning and workshopping. I love that word, workshopping. Mm-hmm. So, and all the things, what's going on with the New Hampshire accusation is that he has to go to court eventually, and probably he's going to go and say, well, yeah, I did this. Here's $100,000. And frankly, that would not be so bad if he does that, with this lady that say he spit on her on purpose. And, the definition of assault and the definition of accident or incident is different. I still think that was an incident and not assault. But I was just like looking at the wrong thing. So anyway, yeah, I was trying to find the video. Sorry. The little 2-minute video of Evan saying, tell everybody, because that really goes well with what I'm trying to say about the conspiracy and what a lot of us have been really thinking. She just keeps doing this. She keeps telling people, tell everybody. And then what's weird is that, like 3 years ago, she was in Good Morning America saying, I'm not planning to name him. I'm not going to name my abusers because this is not about me. I have the video of her saying that. It's on YouTube. So she did not want to name him 3 years ago. She said, no, she was not going to do that because this is not about her. Now, now it is about her. Yeah, no. I have a list for all of them. That's what it's taking me a little bit. I have Love Bailey, I have Esme, I have the good ones as well, like Rose, and I have Johnny, and I have Alice Cooper, Ozzy Osbourne. All these people have nothing but good things to say about him. Go to Connor Kurt's 99 YouTube video, or YouTube. I mean, everybody knows her YouTube channel is amazing, but her last video, the one before the last one, she had this interview with this lady. Her name is Paula. She's she used to be a model and an actress, and she hooked up with Trent Reznor, and she was working in a lot of music videos in the 90s. At the end of the 90s, she worked with Manson several times. And in this interview, go watch it. It's awesome. She pretty much says that she never seen the guy even yelling at somebody. That if anything, he is a person who people take advantage of. And then if anything, the bad thing about him might be just that he's a pushover. He's too shy. So the picture they're being painting is just not. It's just not. I mean, and this is somebody that worked with him during that time, during the Antichrist Superstar era. You might think that she has some juice and some tea on him and something bad to say about him, and this lady doesn't. It's kind of reminds me of Johnny Depp and how everybody that worked with him is like, yeah, he's chill, he's relaxed, he's kind of shy. This is just the same thing they're being saying about Manson. Paula, the girl. Paula and Paula, they're two different things. Paula spells Pola, Paula Weiss, and Paula, the lady that was super cute person that was an assistant for like almost 10 years. She also gave an interview in Connor Kurt's YouTube channel saying that she never even seen none of this from the guy. Nothing. That he might just, when he got high, maybe he was silly or goofy. That he, if anything, he's a goofball. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I think as well, about him. That he, if anything, he's just a goofball. Anyway, so I watch it. I will find it, and then it's like a 2 minute thing. That's when I can find it because it's kind of like got lost with everything else. That all these people. Oh, Ashley Morgan. No, we're not. Well, the Ashley Walters now, but okay. What I can say about this one is that no, I don't believe it one bit. There's a lot of things that make no sense. She says she knew him as an artist, but she didn't know that he liked to stay up at night. Just whatever. She didn't stay, but she did stay. It's like she had her own place, but there's no pictures of Instagram of her place. The only pictures on Instagram that she delete, but people catch it and make screenshots, are pictures that she took of her and weirdly enough, Esme Bianco, and the jacuzzi at the pool in Japan and France and Germany. That is with Manson. It's not. There's no way that these people are going at the same time, at the same place, at the same trap. Like what? Okay, so that's why I think that she didn't say anything. Not because he didn't do it. Only also he didn't do it, but also because she was getting paid to just fly around, and anything that she was going to say about him, she didn't say back then. Now, if I pretend, I was just pretending right now, telling myself that he is guilty, then she kept her mouth shut and let her friends get abused this whole time. That's kind of sucks, Ashley, right? So one way or the other, she's just bad. Like if you witness all this, you wouldn't say anything until now. You wait until 2021. Yeah, because it didn't damn happen. Okay. Anyway, well, so just I'm gonna go feed my cat, get some food, and go out. It's not too bad, I guess. There's some life for me left. And go out to the heat. It's so hot. It's so damn hot and humid. I am funny. It's really hard to even sit here with the light, and the computer is charging, so it's really hot and make a video right now. But I felt like I had to, and I'm just gonna talk one by one about all of them, like I've been doing. But right now, more than ever, after I read what his attorney said, and called them a conspiracy and said that they're just being workshopping and fine tuning their declarations. Period. That's what they've been doing. That's what we have from him, and that is that's defending yourself. I mean, I know he's not out there free Britney, okay? He's not out there free Manson and being all dramatic about it, but if his attorney is saying this, is because this is what he thinks. I'm going to read it one more time before I go. Individuals, including plaintiffs, spend months and months plotting, workshopping, and fine-tuning their stories to turn what were consensual friendships and relationships with Brian Warner for more than a decade ago into twisted tales that bear no resemblance to reality. The motion claim, without a shred of evidence to support their claims, plaintiff, which is Esme, and her co-conspirators are desperate, trying to conflate the imagery and artists of Brian Warner's shock rock stage persona, Marilyn Manson, with fabricated accounts of abuse. Ironically, the motion also claims that Esme Bianco allegations against rapper lapsed under the former statute limited. Well, we're going on the dates. If it doesn't fit, if it fits, it doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter if it happened before Phoenix Act or if it happens after the Phoenix Act. It really doesn't matter, because it's this type of slander and canceling a person and getting him fired from every show and management company that he was with for 25 years, and doing all this without a shred of evidence, just because you're mad, or just because you're getting paid, or just because you want damages, you want cash, or just because you're mad at the guy for whatever reason, or because the Me Too movement, because there's a bigger agenda behind it. Whatever reasons you have to be doing this, it's awful. It's pretty awful. And it is a conspiracy. I don't care if people want to think these are big victims. These are, to me, in my opinion, they're not victims. They're just a bunch of women gossiping, and they're just made a case. And they were like, okay, you're gonna say this? I'm gonna say this. Wait, are you gonna say that? Are you gonna say that? And that's pretty much how I believe that it happened. I'm not the only person that believes that, so gotta be something to it. All right, so I'm gonna go. And later, I'm going to know if this was actually watchable or not when I try to look at it. And if it's glitchy all over the place, then I should just delete it. But I'm just going to leave it because it's just easier this way. And also because I have to go. So happy Sunday. Make good choices. Don't believe everything you read or heard from people. And thank you. Bye.